Ahoy, this is Zdenka. If you need a gimbal for small mirrorless camera, smartphone and action camera all in one, check this out. The Feiyu Scorp Mini 3-axis gimbal has been just launched. This one really caught my attention for a number of reasons. First of all, it's small, it's got very big touch screen and very simple navigation. It's time for in-depth review. The weight is 787 grams. Maximum payload is 1,200 grams. It's got a built-in 2,500 mAh battery, which can be charged very fast in about 1.6 hours and lasts up to 13 hours. Complete list of compatible cameras and lenses can be found on their website. The gimbal comes with a number of accessories, a variety of cables to connect your camera to the gimbal, tripod, fixed plate slider, quick release plate, lens holder, smartphone holder, long thumb screw, GoPro adapter, lens holder screw, and camera fixed screw. The Feiyu Scorp focus motor can be purchased separately. First goes mirrorless camera, and I have Canon M6 Mark II with Viltrox lens on it. The gimbal has a quick release plate, which is great. If you need to shoot handheld, just take it off. If you need to shoot with a gimbal, pop it on. Each motor has a lock, which makes it very comfortable to set up. Balancing was quite easy. Unlock the motor, make adjustments until the camera faces up, forward, and holds balance when moved sideways. To make the adjustments, you have to turn this knob to unlock it, move, and then lock. And as you can see, I also have the focus motor. The power button is here at the front, and once you turn on the gimbal, you will right away notice this very big display. The first thing I did was adjust the motor power. Once you hit auto tune, the gimbal will auto calibrate. The navigation is super easy, just slide up, down, left, and right. I'll show you what's on display shortly. Now let's check out the buttons. Trigger button has 3 functions. If you double press, you will recenter the gimbal. If you triple press, you will spin the gimbal 180 degrees to selfie mode. If you press and hold, you will be in PTF or pan, tilt, follow mode. This control wheel has several functions. You can control pan, tilt, roll movement, and electronic focus or zoom if you have a focus motor installed. You can switch between them with this button. Next button here enables FPV mode when single press. But now let's move to the exciting part. On the sides are 2 function buttons. F1 on the left will allow you to enter and exit portrait mode if you double press. The F2 button on the right lets you lock and unlock the screen. Joystick is a typical joystick. Record button also has multiple functions: half press to focus, full press start and stop recording, and press and hold is to take photo. M button will let you switch gimbal modes. Single press will switch between pan follow and lock mode. Double press is for pan and tilt follow mode, and triple press is for FPV mode. Let's check out the screen now. You can adjust motor, power, follow speed, change modes, and if you select the scenario, you can do a lot of things here. Time lapse, where you can choose from motion lapse, static time lapse, and hyperlapse. Auto rotation will let you select any direction and speed. Panorama has 3x3, 180, and custom panorama. Portrait mode is below. Selfie mode and track video below. If you swipe right, you will get to camera settings. Here you can change aperture, ISO, and shutter speed. And I can tell you that I had no problem connecting the Canon M6 Mark II to this gimbal. I can nicely change all the settings with this gimbal. If you swipe left, you will get to joystick settings, where you can customize joystick speed and direction. Gimbal settings will let you disable selfie, enable manual lock, and calibrate the horizon. Under more, you can enable silent mode, select language, restore the default settings, and view version information. Lastly, when you swipe up, you will get to control wheel settings. Here you can switch what you want the knob to control and customize damp, speed, smooth, and disable sound. There are two apps you can download for this gimbal. One is Feiyu Scorp, and that one is to be used when you're filming with a mirrorless camera. Another app, which is Feiyu On, is to be used when you're filming with a smartphone. So let's open up the Feiyu Scorp first and see what's inside. If there is a new firmware update available, it's going to ask you to do it there. Device page will let you access all gimbal settings, scenario, button settings, knob settings, motor power, follow speed, camera settings, and so on. All is here. Scale is next. I don't have anything there. And the last page is me, where you can reach technical support. It's time for a stabilization test. Let's see how smooth this gimbal really is. Let's do the classic hard walk, soft filming ninja walk, and then run. I'm going to be completely honest with you. This gimbal really impressed me when I have the Canon camera on it. I like it because it's light, it's smooth, it's very easy to hold, it's just very comfortable. I like the knob, how it reacts. I really do like it. Of course, time will tell if there are any issues or stuff like that. I have it only for 3 weeks, so the first impression is it's pretty good. The range of motion is quite big, pan is 360 degrees, tilt and roll is displayed on the screen. Now that we have seen how it is with the mirrorless camera, it's time to check out the smartphone. I'm going to be using iPhone 13 Pro. Now, the smartphone clamp is included in this kit. I have a moment case on my smartphone, which I normally use with filters and lenses. But unfortunately, I had to take it off as the clamp is not deep enough and it wasn't holding it properly. I wish the grip was much deeper so you can actually fit a smartphone with a case on it. So this is how it looks like when you only have a smartphone on the gimbal with no case. Once I turned the gimbal on and I did automatic motor adjustment, I was actually quite impressed by the build of the gimbal. There is no vibration with the smartphone, movements are great, it's very smooth. One thing is for sure, that out of all those gimbals, all in one, the ones which can handle camera, smartphone and action camera, this one by far is the smoothest. There's no vibration whatsoever. It can handle the smartphone very well. The only thing I wish was different, and I hope that they're gonna change it, is the clamp. It just needs to be deeper so you can actually have a smartphone with a case on it. Sorry. I'm going to change the clamp and put a smaller cage on it. I'm quite sure that those interested in this type of a gimbal will most likely choose to use something like that anyways. Just a note for beginners, gimbals like these take time to balance. Anything you will add to the smartphone requires new rebalancing, so keep that in mind. As I mentioned earlier, this gimbal has a dedicated app for a smartphone, Feiyu On. So let's check it out and let's see what is available. On the left is where you can change between photo and video mode. Below is an icon which will take you to different shooting modes: video, slow motion, light rail mode, static time-lapse, tracking on time-lapse, and dolly zoom. Record button is next. Below the record button is where you can switch between the front and rear camera. Let's test tracking. Alright, tracking, and I know already that this one is a little bit slower than the small gimbals, only for smartphones. So the tracking is happening, it's tracking, but definitely it is way slower. I do fast movements, it's not gonna react that fast. Good thing is that when I go away, it actually still finds me. Not this time. Settings offer photo timer settings, beauty mode, enabling flash, grid. HDR is not supported for me. You can enable peak assistant and overexposure. Filters are there. You can enable gesture control. More settings will take you to where you can enable advanced mode. Let's enable that so I can show you what it can do. You can enable watermark, save panorama in original resolution, mirror front camera, and disable shutter sound. Below you can choose audio recording input and choose video resolution. You can film either in 30 frames per second or 60 frames per second in 4K, 1080p, and 720p. 24 frames per second is not available. Slow motion resolution is 120 frames per second in 720p. Then you can adjust zoom speed, and I will talk about zoom shortly. Last one is panorama level settings. Now that I enabled advanced mode, you will see these extra settings at the top. When it comes to zoom, you can film only with a standard lens. It doesn't allow you to switch between other lenses if you have them on your phone. You cannot zoom from the gimbal or do focus pull. You can zoom purely digitally by pressing the first setting and then sliding it to the side. Next to it is where you can control focus manually. You can also change ISO, white balance, and exposure. There is one more icon on the right at the bottom. When you have a mirrorless camera on the gimbal, you can use your smartphone as a joystick to control the gimbal. The lack of 24 frames per second and the fact that I cannot switch lenses in the app is a little bit of a minus for me. I would film most of the time in Filmic Pro, and then I would use the app for stuff like motion time-lapse. Lastly, the action camera is straightforward. Just mount it on and use the gimbal to stabilize the footage. Overall, this is a good gimbal for small mirrorless cameras. And for smartphones and action cameras, it's very easy to use. It's good for beginners. A link to this product can be found below the video in the video description. Give it a thumbs up if you found this video informative, and don't forget to subscribe for more. If you have any questions, comments, leave them, you know where, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao, ahoj.